Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. It's Coach Kimberly here, and I am live coming to you from the Entanza Coffee House in Temecula, or better yet, in Murrieta. I'm a little bit beyond my 9 o'clock goal, but I'll tell you, I had troubles this morning getting on technology. This Facebook thing, although I'm very familiar with it, I'm unfamiliar with it. But you know what? It didn't stop me. I was determined to march forward. Yes, march forward. Guess what? It's March. It's the very first day of the march. And because of that, we're going to talk a little bit about marching forward. If you guys joined me on yesterday, I talked a little bit about our theme for the month. Good morning, LaShawn, my friend from Chicago. Listen, I want to encourage you this month to make a decision to march forward. We have so many options in our lives, so many opportunities to do things, and so we want to take the time to decide what's important to us. But before I get into this, I want to talk a little bit about this March Forward campaign. Over the next 31 days, I have committed to come live and talk to each of you about living the best life ever. Physically, mentally, emotionally, living well. Because as I move into spring, into health, into this campaign, I want to encourage you, but I also want to challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone. This made me think about a time in my life back in 1990 when I made the decision to join the United States Army. I decided that it looked fun and I wanted to do something outside of my norm. Now listen, my dad was a Vietnam vet, but I knew a little bit about the Army, but not much. I was a sophomore at college at Northern Illinois University, and I said, you know what, I'm going to join the military. So I did. I remember getting to Fort Dix, New Jersey, and being indoctrinated into this new world that I had no idea what it was all about. What I realized quickly is that in the military, they had marching orders for me. They had a plan for me from the moment I walked in all the way until it was time for me to leave. They knew exactly how they wanted me to march out my life. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Megan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'll tell you, because of that, I knew that I had to follow their plan. They had 8 weeks from the time I walked into the door until the time I walked out to prepare me for the life that I had signed up for. Yes, I signed up for it, but yet they made every decision for me. How interesting is that? But guess what? We are in March. We are living a life that we can choose what we want to do. So this month, we're going to talk about choices. We're going to talk about your opportunity to shape, inform, and choose the life you want to live. You are not a robot. You don't have to live according to everyone's beck and call or order. So I want to challenge you to think about how you're going to march forward in your life. Now, think about the concept of marching in itself. Good morning, Regine. Think about marching. The word march, as I mentioned yesterday, is an order. It's a command. It's an action word. You have to do something. And so I want to encourage you, as you think about marching, think that marching is always forward. It's never backwards. I was just looking at some ROTC students, and I noticed that they marched in formation, they walked around in circles, but every single step they took was forward. Are you ready to march forward? Are you ready to make those changes in your life so that you can experience life at a whole new level? Whole new level. Good morning, Eric. Let me tell you, when you think about marching, when you think about forward, it requires you to make a plan. So on this very first day of March, I want to challenge you as you begin thinking about what the rest of the month is going to look like for you. The next 31 days, I want to encourage you to create that plan. Make a decision about what you want to do and get moving. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy, I see you. I'm getting ready to join you at the book club in just a moment. I'm almost done. So when you think about marching, I want you to say, what is my plan? What are my marching orders? What is my move forward strategy? See, guys, it all works out together, but you have to be diligent. You have to be consistent, and you have to make the decision that you are going to live another life. I heard a quote that says, when we fail to plan, we plan to fail. And so as we start this 31-day challenge, and it's not even a challenge, it's a movement. It's a way of life, because this is going to set the tone for April, May, June, July, and the rest of the year for you. We get to choose the life that we want to have. You know, I read that we don't want to give our pen to someone else so they can write our story. Instead, you want to be the author of your story. And over the next 31 days, my desire is to lead you, to guide you, to inspire you, to make your story, create your story. Maybe you don't have anything that you're passionate about right now. Hopefully, over the next 31 days, you'll be inspired. Something will come out of you that you may not even realize. And that's the beauty of living life with other people in community, joining forces with someone else who is just as passionate as you are. And I'll tell you, we get the opportunity to live an ordinary life, or we get the opportunity to live extraordinary. The question is, which one will you choose? Good morning, Michelle. Listen, I choose to be ordinary. We weren't created to be mediocre. We were created to be extraordinary, to be amazing. But we have to choose, we have to create a plan to make that happen. This morning, I am sitting with a group of ladies, and we're talking about the magic of thinking big. I started off my morning at a Toastmaster meeting, listening to other leaders share some inspirational stories. Guys, this was 7 o'clock this morning. It's just 9 o'clock here in California, and yet moving forward on that strategy. Moving forward on creating the best version of myself. So I want to challenge you to do the same thing. Wherever you are in this season in your life, no matter what you're at, what you're doing, what your aspirations are, what happened in the past, today is a new day. Rejoice in it and move forward. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I get to stand with you over the next 31 days. And I told you, going online live in front of a phone is kind of weird for me. I love talking to people. If I can see you in my seat, then I'm inspired. I can get going. I can move. I can talk. But I'm talking to a computer right now, and I see some of you out there, and I'm excited and I'm thankful you're out there. And so I say, build your plan to move forward, to march forward. March is your month. And over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about a lot of things that are going to help guide you. We're going to talk about consistency. We're going to talk about discipline, sacrifice. And that's going to relate to your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your business. Guys, I am a business, life, and health coach. And I help people on many platforms. But what I am privileged and blessed to be able to do is to share little nuggets that I've learned over the way. You know, experience is the best teacher. I may have read it in a book, but it was me actually going through it and experiencing it myself that taught me the biggest lessons ever. And sometimes it included failure. We're going to talk about failure this month and how failure impacts our lives and how it can either change us or it can keep us stuck. And I know none of you want to be stuck. So get ready to build this month. Get ready to build a life on the foundation of marching forward. So today I want to leave you with marching orders. Sit down and make a goal for yourself. 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 goals. Make them small. Things, baby steps. Things that you're going to create. Things that you're going to commit to working on over the next 31 days so that you can have an amazing life. So again, create a plan, make a goal, and over the next 31 days, we're going to dig deep and we're going to pull some of those stuff out so that you can reach that next level of your life. I'm ready to march forward. Are you? Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Matthew, my college or high school student in Illinois. So excited to see you on, buddy. Listen, it's time. And I won't keep you long this morning because I'm expected to be in another meeting, but I wanted to come on and just say good morning, welcome you to the March Forward, welcome you to March, because it's time for us to move our lives forward. I want you to get up, get active, and get moving. And remember, you were made to be fit.